That down. Let's go on to this, shall we? You know, we're coming into the weekend now, and of course, Snow White is opening.
Mm-hmm.
And all eyes have kind of been on that. It's going to make $40-50 million opening weekend, whatever it's going to be. But you'd be forgiven if you also forgot that there are a couple of other movies opening this weekend too, with some high-profile people in them. Alto Knights with Robert De Niro.
And Robert De Niro.
And Robert De Niro. A movie that I still don't understand why he's playing both roles. Like if the two characters were meant to be brothers,
right?
Siblings, twins.
Yeah.
I get it.
You couldn't have got like Joe Pesci to play the other role.
I still remember when we watched the trailer for this. It's like, literally, I think I would be twice as excited for this movie if Robert De Niro was just starring in the movie in one of the roles.
Yeah.
But I watched the trailer for it, and all I could see was the gimmick. Anyway, Alto Knights is opening this weekend. And the new Jonathan Majors film, who we unfortunately had to talk about again the other day, but his new film, Magazine Dreams, which I think looks really good. And the advance word on it has been that the movie's quite good, and I'm not surprised. Here's the problem. According to Box Office Pro and tracking, ain't nobody going to see Alto Knights or Magazine Dreams. And it's not because everybody's going to see Snow White. Snow White ain't going to get a $200 million opening. If Snow White was going to get a $200 million opening, then I could go, oh, okay, yeah, there's no more business left for poor Alto Knights or Magazine Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
But according to the tracking, while Snow White is looking to get somewhere between $40 to $50 to $55 million opening weekend, if it comes in at that, Alto Knights is tracking $2.5 to $3 million opening weekend. $2.5 to $3 million opening weekend. Now, if we were talking about Movie Trailers, A Love Story, a fabulous documentary available on Amazon if you want to go and look it up. Like one of the greatest things ever. Yeah. Cinematic. I've heard the phrase cinematic masterpiece.
I have too.
Yeah, refer to it.
Yeah.
Editing perfection.
Yeah.
On that. Now, if we were talking about Movie Trailers, A Love Story getting $2.5 to $3 million opening weekend, guess what?
We'd be talking renegotiate our terms.
I'm dropping trow, doing the helicopter with my wang and saying, peace out, everybody, and retiring today.
Yeah, a lot of iterations of the John Campea Show would have never existed. So I guess you guys are welcome for it not making that kind of money.
True. But for a movie that cost a very reasonable $45 million. I mean, by today's Hollywood standards,
that's a
$45 million budgeted movie, very reasonable, very monetarily responsible in a world where like a $200 million films aren't all that unusual. But if you're only going to bring in 2.5 to 3, this thing is going to be a wash. A wash. Magazine Dreams, they're projecting 1 to 2 million.
Wow.
On this. Now, the one thing that Magazine Dreams has going, well, the two things that Magazine Dreams has going for it is that number one, as we already kind of mentioned, it's getting good feedback. It's getting good reviews.
I think it's at 81% right now. Rotten
the last I checked, it was 81, which is very solid. The second thing it has going for it is that they only made Magazine Dreams for $8 million.
Wow. Well,
now that is still a major flop though. Mm-hmm. Like you would like to open your film. The general rule of thumb is you would like to open your movie making about 50% of your production budget, not your overall spend, not marketing, but if you can in your opening weekend cover 50% of your production budget, you're okay. You're okay. Even at only making this movie for $8 million, if this thing opens to say 1 million, it could be 2, could be 3, but still you're falling far below that. So I don't know. I think both of these movies have unique stories in the sense that I think the story for why Alto Knights has nobody going out to see it is different than the story of why maybe no one's going to see Magazine Dreams. For me, anyway, and I'm only speaking for myself, like, again, look at this. This just became distracting to me. Watching that trailer, I'm like, this gimmick of having Robert De Niro playing both roles, it just, all I can hear myself in my head screaming is, why? What's the point of this?
Right.
With Magazine Dreams, it's a cocktail of things, right? This was a movie that was supposed to come out last year, was originally a Disney distributed film. And then, of course, all the drama happened that we don't need to revisit. All the drama happened and they parted ways with Jonathan Majors in the MCU and then decided they didn't want to release Magazine Dreams anymore. Took a little while for another distributor to pick it up. It then still had to wait around for a little while. Then a little bit more controversy comes out. And then on top of all that, basically non-existent marketing.
Yeah, like, I think they made one trailer for it, but they released it online.
I saw one single trailer for it. Now, I'm not saying it didn't play trailers in theaters. I'm just saying I personally never saw it play in theaters. I never saw a single billboard for it. So it sounds like nobody is planning on seeing either of these movies. And it's for two very, very different reasons. And listen, I'll tell you what, the movie theaters are struggling right now.
This is a tough point right now.
There's going to be some very big box office parts of this year. 2025 is going to have some very big box office.
Yeah.
But right now, the movie theaters are struggling a little bit. The last couple of weeks have been rough. Like last weekend, the number one movie at the box office on the weekend was Novocaine.
Right.
And made $8 million, and that was the number one film.
Yeah, Novocaine, Black Bag, Mickey 17, they've all struggled. And unfortunately, you know, if Captain America Brave New World was really good.
Also underperformed.
If it was really good and it had made like 750, 800 million.
Oh, it would have been huge.
That would have coasted them over all of this. But because it underperformed so terribly, then you're left with these movies, which are good movies, but they're not doing well at the box office.
And you got to believe that the movie theater owners were kind of maybe looking at this weekend from, say, a few months ago. They were looking forward to this weekend and thinking, okay, Snow White, $75 million. Alto Knights, $15 million. Yeah. Magazine Dreams, $9 or $10 million, right? And instead, we're going to get this. Again, there's some big stuff coming, but it's a little bit of a struggle right now. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. Listen, guys, you know if you've been listening to me for any amount of time that I really believe that we need to start prioritizing our mental health. I often compare it to this. You know, when we go to the gym to get ourselves more physically healthy, we see that as a positive step. We need to start looking at our mental health the same way and prioritizing our mental health. And that's where BetterHelp comes through. Therapy should feel accessible, not a luxury just for people who have lots of money. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. If you want to look at the numbers, traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. Guys, question is for you. Apparently nobody's planning on going to see Alto Knights or Magazine Dreams this weekend. Why aren't you? Or maybe you are. Why do you think other people aren't going to check it out? I mean, you got major acting talent, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Whatever your thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.